Hey guys, welcome into Jewel School, live from Lancaster, Pennsylvania. We're at the Bead Fest.
Bead Fest 2023.
We got a fantastic show for you, our very first show from Lancaster today. We're going to start out with Meredith Roddy. She's going to show us how to do something really amazing.
As she always does.
As she always does.
And then your friend Jeff's going to come in.
I know, and he's bringing amazing gemstones. So we've got great demonstrations from Beadalon and Meredith, and we've got Jeff. It's going to be a fantastic show. Stick around. We've got a whole hour live. Hey, if you're following along on facebook.com/jewelschool, please share the show. If you're following along on jtv.com/extra, remember you can purchase anything in the show as we go along without actually leaving the live demonstration.
How about that?
Pretty cool.
Did you practice all that .com stuff and how to say it?
No, it just it took me a while, but I finally got it.
Okay.
Said it like 100 times. I think I'm
sure.
I think I'm good. Well, Robert's going to be joining us a little bit later, and I'm going to go join Meredith, guys. So follow me, and let's get started making jewelry. You go give some T-shirts away. Why don't you?
Ooh, is it T-shirt time?
It's getting close.
Come on, let's do a T-shirt. Yes, we got one T-shirt. I'll go give a T-shirt.
Yes. All right, I'm going to walk
All
over
right, this is blind.
to the
Whoever
stage.
catches it gets it.
Oh gosh, I hope he didn't hit anybody. All right. So, did anybody get hit in the head with a T-shirt? This is good because that means I didn't throw it. All right, let me ask Sammy, which one of these cameras is me looking at you? There we go, great. So Meredith, when you want to say hi to our audience out there, that's who we're looking at. If you want to say hi to you guys, we see all of our ladies and gentlemen out here. Oh my goodness, look, we've got Rita here. So folks, this is going to be a fantastic weekend, I guess, here in Lancaster. We're all about making jewelry today, all about it, and we're so excited to have you here, and you all here, and Meredith here, and I wish I had my little phone so I could follow along on Facebook, but you do.
I do.
So let's see who's watching. Oh my goodness, I see Kathy, Paula, Jacqueline, Liz, welcome in, guys. Go ahead and share the show. These are live shows. These are going to be exciting and fun. Great place to get some demonstrations. Meredith.
Yes.
Who are you and where are you from?
Who are you and why are you here? I'm Meredith Roddy from Beadalon and Artistic Wire, and I'm here to talk about making jewelry and show a couple of really fun products. We're going to talk about, first off, the Kumihimo disc, the double density Kumihimo discs.
Sounds really good.
We're going to show how to get it all set up and going, and I'm just so happy to be here. It's going to be a very exciting 3 days, and if you are close to Lancaster, Pennsylvania, which is pretty centrally located, it's about a fast hour from Philadelphia, and I'm not quite sure from points east and west, but about a fast hour from Philadelphia. Definitely come on by because there is so much to be seen here.
It took me an hour and a half, but I avoided toll roads.
We're from Philly?
Yeah.
Well, if you're avoiding the toll roads, I can't help you.
I don't know. I was pretty impressed with myself to miss all the toll roads. Was that impressive? Are you guys from Pennsylvania? Is it impressive to miss the toll roads?
Especially
it is, yeah. Yeah, I mean, we don't have those in Tennessee, so it was an exciting time. All right, I want to go ahead and get started with Kumihimo. This is kind of a great deal that we have on this Kumihimo. Hello, I'm still here. The JTV price was $57.99, and these are double density.
Double density.
Oh, Kumihimo disc.
Kind of
And we have special prices for Bead Fest. So it was going to be $34.99. We're going to do it for $31.49 today. You get both of the discs in the set, plus you actually get little bobbins and a weight. So it's a complete set, correct? A lot of people don't know what Kumihimo is. Do you mind if I show a sample?
Let's start at the beginning.
That's a good idea. This is, you made friends already.
I make friends wherever I go.
Pretty impressive. Yeah. This is from an artist here, a Kumihimo artist here at Bead Fest. You guys should check her out if you guys are here. Her name is Maggie, and Maggie actually made this particular piece of jewelry right here. Hey Maggie. She actually made this piece of jewelry, and I wanted to bring it out here just to kind of tell you and show you what Kumihimo is, because it sounds weird, and you've got this funny little disc, you know, how do I do this, and what is it, and why would I want to put it in my jewelry? Then you see this, and it's like, oh, wow.
Well, and not only is there that wow factor that you're experiencing right now, but the real wow factor is how manageable and how once you learn how to set it up and how to do it, how easy it is to achieve a look that's amazing.
It's so professional. It's almost astounding. And I think the interesting thing is when you watch Meredith do it, it's literally just a basic stitch or repetition of the same stitch over and over again. And you end up with this,
Yes.
just depending on whatever colors you love. So I, if it was me, would pick up the Kumihimo disc and get started making Kumihimo jewelry today.
And especially if you've never made jewelry before, it's a really good place to start because the technique is a little bit different, right? It's not your traditional crimping or your traditional stringing or some of the other things, the wire working that we talk about here on Jewel School.
Okay.
But it's more of it's a braiding technique.
You're calling us out to go to take it to the next level is what you're telling us right now.
I mean, this is me that we're talking to.
Okay,
Definitely
right.
gonna be
Take
taking
it to
this
the next level. Take it to the next level, everybody. How many of you guys ever feel like you're stuck in a rut making jewelry, like you're making the same thing over and over again? Anybody ever feel like that? Yeah, right? I feel like learning a new skill is a good way. Getting educated about a different skill or a different type of bead or stone or anything could get you out of the rut. So, all right, we're going to get out this repeat cord because this is something that's also amazing by Beadalon. I actually think that if you guys have been around lately, you know that sustainability is huge out in the marketplace, especially amongst the younger people. My fiance's daughter, Derry, is so into recycling. She literally made me switch garbage companies. And it was not easy, by the way, because out where I live, there's only two, and one recycles and one doesn't, and they don't answer their phone. It was really weird. But I switched just so we could recycle. And I feel a lot better about it, actually. I feel a lot better about not throwing things away. And that's kind of what repeat cord is, right?
It's exactly what repeat cord is. Actually, so repeat cord is made from 100% recycled plastic bottles.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So just as a quick, there was a comment that came through that I'm really hard to hear.
Okay.
So hopefully people can hear what I'm saying as we're going along. But it's 100% recycled bottles. So plastic bottles go out and they get made into this cord.
Oh, okay.
Which is pretty phenomenal. The other cool thing about this product is the packaging is also 100% recycled materials. This cardboard has been recycled, and not only that, but yours is undone.
Yeah.
But it comes with a...
Oh, that's a little baggie. I forgot.
Yeah.
Oh, shoot. I'm not very good at recycling yet.
So
yeah.
you can put
your jewelry in
that
it.
you've made, extra beads. Let's see if I can do this without it sticking to the side.
That's amazing, Meredith.
So then you have a little baggie that's also recycled. We wanted to make the whole packaging and the whole part of the process of the repeat cord renewable and recyclable.
Well, I mean, I am excited about that. I mean, I'm really excited about it. Robert and I were talking about stainless steel recently, and I have recently discovered that stainless steel is actually 92% recyclable, and I did not know that. That's a really big deal. So, and also that a good portion of stainless steel, and I don't know exactly, but often is made from recycled material as well. So
Yes.
it's kind of like a sustainable metal. So if you're working with cord and you want to add findings, you could go towards stainless steel. It's super cool. I got 2 sets of this cord in the show today. One of them is expensive and one of them is not. So I'm going to point you towards the one that's a better deal because they both have 5 spools. I don't know why one of them is less expensive, but JS Kit 1015 has 5 cords. They're similar colors. They both have the white and a cream and a yellow and a blue. So I want you to get 1015A, JS Kit 1015A, because 1015 is $53.99 and 1015A, 5 spools, $35.99.
They're different diameters.
Just kidding.
One
But
is
so
a
then you need
1.0
both.
and one is a 1.5.
Still getting this one if I'm
Time
just getting
out.
started.
Tech support.
Oh, we
support.
can't hear
Support.
Meredith.
Oh, yay. Okay, yeah, nobody can hear you.
Okay.
All right, so Meredith is going to get set up. So anyway, there's 2 different sizes of the cord. Thank you, Meredith, for getting me straight here. There is the 1 millimeter and then the 1.5 millimeter. I still don't understand why the 1.5 is less, but it's still, I'm always looking at, where would I start? So 1.5 millimeter, $35.99, 5 spools, all recycled material. And can we hear you yet?
Can you hear me? I have a lot of things to
I hear
say,
you.
so I'm
Oh,
hoping that
gosh.
people can hear me.
Any
Can
better?
you hear me?
Oh, She wants the aesthetic. Don't look at that part, okay?
So we're doing things that you should not be watching right now. Meredith's having to change things up a little bit.
difficulties. We're all
I
good.
love it. All right, Meredith, I want to see
We've
you
got this stuff covered.
make this necklace. No, I'm just kidding. I want to see you show us how to do kumihimo because obviously in order for us to learn how to do something like this, so let me get another one out here because this one's also kind of amazing here, also by Maggie E. This is the kumihimo part right here. And so that's what you're about to show me how to do. And then she embellished it with these other beads,
100%.
correct?
Actually, okay, so kumihimo can be very simple.
Okay.
And it can be very complex. And it can be everything in between. You can
Let's
do
go simple
something
to start.
as simple as a braid that's just braided,
Okay.
or you can add beads, add embellishments, add all different shapes, sizes, flavors, varieties of beads to make your piece of jewelry to the next level, like
Okay.
we were saying
Okay.
before. But at the very, very
This is pretty.
basic, the most basic of
Okay,
all
let's start
things.
basic.
Let's start at the very
Because
beginning.
you get two of these discs. Now, what's the difference between the two discs?
One is smaller and one is bigger.
Okay, that's easier than the last thing I tried to figure out.
So, but let's talk about this for a second,
Okay.
because usually when people start, they start with a disc that's about this size.
Okay.
And the thing about this disc in particular is it has all of these different ridges all the way around the outside. So I'm just going to turn it over really quickly, and you can see all of these numbers. And all of these numbers are what you follow when you're doing your weaving, when you're doing your braiding for kumihimo. So that's very important to know.
So it's a pattern.
So
and
it's
the numbers
a pattern.
help you.
And exactly.
Unlike normal when numbers do not help me at all.
Numbers are our friends.
My only personal math is retail math. I'm very good at it. Other than that,
20% off, I can do that, no problem.
no problem.
And then we have, of course, on the other side, all of the information.
Okay.
So we keep the numbers aside from the information, so it makes it's just those little things that make it easier to follow.
All right, cool.
So much like with different tools, different people like using different sizes of kumihimo discs.
okay.
Why is 2 in the kit the best idea? Because you're always going to have more than one project going.
Oh,
it's
that makes
just
sense.
how it
Yes,
is.
very good.
I have 17 different kumihimo projects going. I'm sure Maggie T over there has a
I'm
gazillion
gonna
different
guess that she's got at least a gazillion
projects going.
She's just an
So-
incredible artist. And to me, seeing this piece of jewelry and how that disc translates into this beautiful piece is what's inspiring me to want to try the actual technique.
Yes.
I mean, that's
Perfect.
it right there. So let's see.
So that's why you need the 2 separate discs. So I like using the smaller disc. I use the larger disc as well. It's just easier for me also to demonstrate with a smaller disc. And let me pull this one right into the camera so you can see.
Okay.
So we have eight cords here. And I like to, this is kind of a little pro tip for us today.
Okay.
I like to use, if we can see right here, a large lobster claw on the end. Because what that does is it gives a really good hook, not only for all of my cords, but also for the weight.
Okay.
And the weight comes in this kit as
Yes.
well.
You get the weight, you get the 2 discs, plus you get those
Bunch of bobbins.
the
Yeah,
bobbins.
we're going to talk
that
about the
hold-
bobbins in just
the
a second.
bobbins are important.
Kumihimo is tough because you got to build from the discs and then talk about all of the accoutrements that go along with it.
All the things you actually really have to do it.
Yes. Yeah. But again, the very basic is here. We have our disc, and I have mine set up actually with a little bit of Belon cord.
Okay.
Because these double
So let me
density
stop
discs.
you. You don't have to just use the repeat. You can use pretty much any cord.
Correct.
Okay.
Yep.
Yay.
And these discs in particular, because they're so thick, are really good for hugging, for holding into place the thinner cords.
Okay.
So they will also work with the repeat, and I'm going to show that with a blended design in just a moment.
So these are open around the outside and they hold onto your cord.
Correct.
Okay.
They hold the cord in place, and that's important as you're doing your design. And I'm just kind of showing right here how it
Okay.
holds it down.
Sorry, I'm not
Okay.
going to do it.
Camera's on me, Susan. The camera's on me.
You do
okay.
it. Okay.
So the way that the weave works, and I'm just going to kind of show it slowly and then get it up to speed,
Okay.
is, let's get started here. We take the top and we bring it down. The bottom right, we bring it up, and then we turn a quarter of a turn.
So you have 4 cords that look like 8 to me. Right?
Kind of.
There was 4 cords when you started.
There were
right?
4 cords when I started, and I doubled them.
I see.
And now that there are 8 cords.
I see.
Okay. So very simple. And some people go counterclockwise like I do. Other people go clockwise. So
The rebels.
Well, I think I actually might be a rebel.
I think
we
you
could get
are.
Maggie T, who generously donated her designs for us
Yes, that was sweet of her.
to showcase. I think she might be a clockwise person. I am a counterclockwise person.
So you're the rebel.
I am the rebel. So let me slow this down because I'm doing it up to speed right now. So I'm taking this right here, and I'm pulling my top left cord down to the bottom left.
So no crisscrossing, you
No
went left to left.
crisscrossing.
Okay.
I'm taking the bottom right cord. I'm going up to the top,
Right to
and
right.
I am turning a quarter of a turn. And that is it for the
That makes
simplest.
this braid that I have right here.
And that makes a braid similar, very similar to that braid there.
So it's going to have this kind of almost twisted,
Correct.
braided look to it
Yep.
without me actually having to make a braid or do anything.
Yep. All
crazy.
you have to remember is top down,
Okay.
bottom up, and turn.
You make everything so
Top
look
down,
so simple.
bottom
Meredith.
up. This actually is simple.
It's almost soothing as well. And
It's
I like
soothing. It's relaxing.
I like the feel of these. I like feeling that I have my tools and they're I mean they're a little bit squishy, but they've got I mean I don't know, they're lightweight, but they feel substantial. Like I feel like I could do something great with this
Well-
other than play frisbee.
Not only that, but they're portable.
Yeah.
I know a lot of people will throw a couple of Kumihimo discs in their pocketbook or in their sack,
Okay.
and either do this when you're waiting in line at the dentist's office, or some people do it in traffic.
Are you about to show me how to add beads?
I'm going to show you how to add beads. Yes.
Gosh, that's so exciting.
So we started at
That's
the very
awesome.
beginning, right?
Okay.
The very most simple. We're doing some braids.
So this has beads all the way around.
And that has beads all the way
Okay.
around it. There are a couple of other examples. In fact, where
Something
are
simple like this?
those over there? Yeah,
Okay.
these are really good examples.
So this is like some beads, but some just
some
leaves
beads
the cord.
and some. Yep.
So these are all little. This is not Kumihimo.
No.
This is Kumihimo right here. But you just added beads on maybe 1 cord on this to kind of get them, or 2
So,
cords, and this is none. This is some. That's none, like that. If you
Yes.
if you add beads on 1 cord, does it make like a spiral?
Yes.
If you added on 2 cords, a different kind of a spiral.
Correct.
3 cords.
And
a
that's when
different-
you start kind of getting to next level,
Gotcha.
because we've learned the general braid, right?
Okay.
Down, up, down, up, down, up. Great. But there's so many places to go.
Yeah.
So once you start adding beads on 1 cord or 2 cord, or varying the colors of your different cords, or adding more than just the 8 cords,
Okay.
that's when you start getting
Wait, okay.
real found.
Don't scare
I
me.
know.
More than 8 cords?
I know. So let me show you how this is set up and why you need all of the different components
Okay.
in that kit. Because here I have my beads on my cord, and this I'm using the repeat cord,
Okay.
and I'm also using some wildfire.
Oh, because you wouldn't have been able to fit the beads onto the repeat cord, but
Correct.
you can fit it on the wildfire. So you don't even have to match your cords to do this.
Absolutely not.
You are such a rebel.
So, something like that.
Such a rebel.
But what
Yes.
you do is
Yeah.
once you have your beads
Okay.
onto that cord, you need to secure them with these bobbins. And I'm just gonna pop this open so you can see the mechanism. My wildfire is getting a little short here because I've actually done some some braiding and
Yeah,
weaving.
you're kind of
but
already
this
there.
comes around as many times as you need, and then it just hugs it back in place so that now your beads aren't going to fall off as you're doing your braiding. So that's why these guys are really important, and 8 come in the kit. And when you are doing your Kumihimo, you are braiding with 8 cords.
8 cords.
So you have 8 bobbins, 8 cords. It's all, everything you need.
And that's all included in this kit, except for the cord. I'm good to go with the kit, right?
Correct.
So I don't
Yep.
have to, I'm always saying this, and I say it all the time, that if you're struggling to do something, if you can't do a certain skill, or if you like try over and over again to do it, it's totally not you. It is 100% your tools. If you have the right tools, you can do this, and it's not hard at all. I mean, it may look like you're tying knots, but you're actually making a beautiful braid. So, I mean, I think having the right tools is so important to jewelry making, and I mean, I'm just appreciative that you guys put this together for us with everything I need. Not like, I'm not gonna have to go running around looking for a weight. I'm not gonna have to go running around looking for bobbins to keep the cords from getting tangled up. It's all there.
Correct, and I love that we have the overhead camera because I can actually pull this up
Yeah,
enough that I can show all of the things. So I have my weight here, I have my lobster clasp, and you don't have to use a lobster clasp here. You can use a jump ring, you can use a split ring, you can use nothing. It's just one of the things that I found in doing a lot of this kumihimo is that this great big badge size lobster clasp is a great way, and then you can just either use it as a clasp or take it off.
So Robin is watching on Facebook. She says, I go counterclockwise too.
Oh,
Yay me, says
thank
another
you.
rebel. And then Yvette Ashley just asked what you just said was, do you need to use a thick cord or can it be done with thin cords? So that was a good one, and it's really cool. Really neat. So are we going to be giving things away? I think Robert is letting me know that we're going to give something away to our live studio audience.
This is an international sign for I'm giving something away. Everybody
The
get your
international
tickets
sign
out.
for giving something away. Folks, we are giving things away here at Bead Fest. Robert is about to give away something to our live studio audience.
Something
I'll tell you, you should
huge.
follow us to these shows. It's so much fun to get to see all these artists and to get stuff. What?
You
Do
ready?
I get a
It's big.
giveaway?
Big?
Yeah, you ready? It's a big bag of stuff.
Is it for me?
No,
Okay.
not married yet. 863-112.
Woo!
There you go, right there. Hand delivered, I might add. Okay, Susan, back to you.
Congratulations. That's awesome. That is awesome. This is why, I mean, we actually have, there's 20 or 30 people just kind of hanging out here, folks. If you follow us to these Bead Fest shows, you have a chance to win. Plus meet artists like Meredith, and really, I mean, that's kind of fun, isn't it?
I love coming to bead shows, and I always say it's because I like hanging out with people who like doing the things that I like to do.
Yes.
And it's also,
It's like your family.
it is my family. It's like coming to a big summer camp reunion. Because I get to see people who I see once, maybe twice a year.
Right.
I get to see you. I
know,
get
I
to
love
see
it.
other vendor friends and just interact and talk about making jewelry all the time. And I don't have that many people outside of this community to be able to do that with. So
Yeah.
for me, this is the greatest. Do you
All
want to
right.
see how to add some beads?
I would love to see how to add some beads. Let's show that, and then you had some other ideas for some repeat cords, so we'll show that next. Okay?
Absolutely, yep. Okay, so to add a bead, and I love adding beads because it looks more complicated than it actually is. So I have my kumihimo disc, I have my beads pre-strung, and that's the secret to kumihimo, is pre-stringing your beads and setting it all up takes the most amount of time.
Preparation is
The actual
key.
beading does not take that long.
Gotcha.
So I just set, as I was talking, I set that bead right underneath my cord. So it's in between this cord and the other cord.
Does it
and
matter
I'm
where I put the bead?
hoping it sure does.
Okay.
I'm hoping
I mean, this is important
that we can get a
information
really
here,
good
folks.
angle here. So the bead is underneath. I'm going to do that one more time so we can get
Yes,
a really
please.
good shot of that.
Yeah,
so
I
I
wanna see
have
the
my
bead
bead
go-
here.
Ooh, okay.
I just snuck it down, and I'm just tapping it right underneath.
Okay.
Okay, so it's in between those two cords, and I'm locking it in place by putting my thread back up through the kumihimo cord.
I want you to show that one more time because I feel like you just showed something incredibly important that I would not have thought about. I
Okay.
literally would have just thrown the bead on there and then hoped it was in the right place.
I know, right? Okay, so now I have to get back around to my beads because
Okay.
I only have the beads on two cords.
All right, so you go around with
So I'm
other
going
cords, blah, blah,
around
blah.
and
Yeah,
around and around and around a little bit more to lock everything in place.
I love it.
And once you get up to speed, you can kind of see how fast it goes.
Yeah.
So
So you can make a
now I'm
bracelet,
going to
what,
do
10
this again.
minutes? All right, wait, I'm going to be quiet because I
Okay.
want to see this.
So I have my bead, and I just drop it down
All
into
right.
place, okay? But see, it's outside here.
Uh-huh.
I just want to lock it
Under
underneath,
the cord.
okay? And I did teach one of the JTV experience classes where we did it a little bit differently.
Oh, no.
So
Okay.
if people took that class with me and you're like, wait a second, Meredith, I learned that a little bit differently, don't fret. This is what you do to get the beads to go on the outside.
So
okay?
like this.
Like that,
Okay.
correct.
Okay.
However, there is a technique that, and if you hand me the rainbow, this
The
crazy
rainbow.
rainbow,
I love this thing.
Isn't
It
it
looks like
crazy?
a rainbow corn cob to me. We
This
actually have
is
those
a
beads.
super
Those beads are
fun-
available. Look, if you
Yes.
guys want to buy something big today, look at this.
Well, and so I decided I'd make a statement piece with those
How
beads
cool that is.
because they came to me and I was like, oh my gosh, these beads are so much fun. They're so bright and colorful, but what in the world am I going to do to really give them the attention that they deserve? So here I actually braided with the bead in a little bit of a different
Okay.
place. That's a different show for a different day.
next level, you guys,
Next
there's
level.
a lot of different ways you can take it. You too can make a multicolored corn cob.
Well, I figured it would be like a really
Or a
big statement,
necklace. It
right?
would be like you'd have to have like this really cool boho outfit on,
Yeah.
lots of leather. I feel
100%.
fringe. I mean, you're really
Right. We're
gonna have
going
to work
big
this outfit.
on this design. I haven't quite figured out how I want to finish it all off, which is one of the biggest challenges actually for Kumihimo.
Okay.
And we do have some designs here to show
Oh, yeah, show
that I
me.
have finished off in different ways. So the easiest thing to do to finish off a Kumihimo design is with a cord end. So
Okay.
I have this kind of a cord end here. I have, this is one of my absolute favorite pieces. These are little JTB Jewel School Tanzanite beads. They're 2mm Tanzanite.
love
Are those the
those,
prettiest
yeah.
things? But here we have cord ends as well, and this is actually strung on some memory wire. So that's one of the the most fun things that I have
think it was just
when
like
I am figuring out how to finish off my Kumihimo pieces is how can I take these beautifully braided pieces and turn them into jewelry.
I call it hiding the uglies. I do. Because at the end of any type of knotted piece, crimped piece,
Yep.
put together piece, wired piece, there's this spot that you have to kind of camouflage that you
Yeah.
don't want anybody to see. And so, yeah, end caps are the key, I
End
would say, to
caps are a
Kumihimo.
really, really good way to do it, either by gluing them in,
Yeah.
or by there are so many different ways.
I know. I
So
love
many
your glue
different
set
ways.
too. The Beadalon glue set is like the
Yes,
best.
all the glue that
glue
you
set. Yes,
need.
there is no
Yep.
other glue that you need besides the glue in that set. Okay, so now you had some other ideas for the repeat cord as well, and I just wanted to kind of get back to that, and just because I think it's such a neat opportunity, and there's nobody else in the community that's doing a cord that is 100% recycled, plus comes on a 100% recycled card, and gives you a 100% recycled. Well, actually, the baggie is not recycled, but you get to recycle the baggie.
Correct.
So I mean, that's like sustainability at its best. And if you all have been to the beach lately or to any little boutique stores, what you're seeing are these little cord bracelets. And I actually had one on yesterday. I took it off, but and a lot of them have like a turtle hanging from them. And I always use turtles as examples because people are always trying to save the turtles. I mean, right? But then you could jangle like a shark or a different type of a shark. Like I know Tony's daughter loves mako sharks, so she wears one. You know, and so basically you've taken your love of maybe an endangered species and put it on a sustainable cord, and then you have a story. And what do stories do? Stories inspire, stories sell.
Stories sell.
Stories
That's
sell.
right.
So that's why repeat cord is a great start to your story. And it could be a great start to maybe your idea of who you're going to be as a jewelry maker. Maybe you're just getting started making jewelry and you have no idea who you are as a maker. If you started here, that could be kind of your angle or your story.
I've been doing this for 20 years and I still don't know who I am as a maker. So that's actually a very inspiring statement, Susan.
Well, we'll help you find a story.
Who am I as a maker? What's my story?
Well, I mean, I think it's important to have a story, you know, and so we'll have to work on your PR.
Yeah, you can come be my representative.
Okay.
So one of the things that I love, and actually I did it with those really fun beads. Aren't
They are
so
fun. Yes, they
fun?
really are, and I wish I had them all in a big thing because they're neat because you get 5 different sizes and it's like looks like you got a cereal bowl.
Yeah.
They kind of remind me of like fruity cereal, so I always pretend like I'm eating them.
All I wanted to do was do rainbows with them, and so that's what I did. But this is my favorite thing actually to do with the repeat cord. I love braiding it in a Kumihimo braid, but to make a simple bracelet like this with a sliding macrame
Nice,
clasp,
yeah.
it's so easy, it's so manageable, and it's such a great project for, like you were saying, at the beach with
Yeah.
sustainable jewelry, or you're making something
How about a
last
shell?
minute for a friend. I'm actually teaching this project at the Beads of Courage event here
Nice.
this
Yes.
evening.
Well, and Beads of Courage, another simple story, and you don't need to put 12 beads of courage on one. I mean, you can, but it's just one opportunity, and then I think that's the beauty of using this repeat cord. By the way, I want to remind you guys that are following along on jtv.com/extra that everything we've been talking about today, of course, is available for you to pick up as well. You don't just have to be here at the show. If you click on, there's a little shop button at the bottom. It'll take you to the item, but it will not take you away from the show. You will not miss anything that Meredith's about to say.
I love that it all works
awesome.
out that way.
It's
That's
awesome.
really, really
yes,
fun.
You need to start doing it too.
Maybe sometime.
Be part of your story.
Yeah, that could be my new story. I love and you just vary all of the different beads, and it comes up with such a different look. But my absolute favorite thing about these bracelets is that they are one size fits almost everyone.
Yes.
Because if you make an adjustable bracelet and you're not 100% sure the size of the person or the size of the wrist of the person that you are making it for, it just goes on right like that. Let me get these guys out of the way.
I love the Mardi Gras beads.
I know,
Yeah,
the Mardi
super
Gras beads
cute.
are so super fun.
This kind of brings me to the next the next portion of our show, because these are Dakota stones.
Yay!
And I have got Jeff from Dakota Stones, and he is supposed to be joining us. I mean, any second now. Where is he? There he is. I see him. He's going to join us, and we're going to talk Dakota Stones, because Meredith, you were lucky enough to get to take your repeat cord and your Kumihimo disc and make some beautiful jewelry using Dakota Stones. And these two strands, this is what you were just using.
Yes.
These are large hold Mardi Gras and green aventurine beads, and they just made beautiful, simple jewelry. I am going to tell you right now, I swear to you, I saw a bracelet just like this in a store in Destin, next to the counter, and the only thing that's different between yours and that one is it had something about saving an animal, and there was a tiny charm on the end of it. I'm not kidding, and it was not $1. It was expensive.
Yeah.
It was like $35. I mean, it was a lot.
Yeah.
But I wanted it. Desperately wanted it.
Well, you can have that one.
I thought of people I could gift it to because of the whole idea. And I would take this and gift it to Derry, Tony's daughter, because she is going to love the fact, not that it's just a cute bracelet, but that this cord is sustainable.
Yep. It tells a story.
Yeah, it really does. All right, so we're going to get Jeff out here. We're going to say bye to Meredith and all of her Kumihimo fun. But let's give her a round of applause, even if you're not here. Meredith from Beadalon. She is fantastic and amazing, a little princess, if you will, and we love having her out here. That's
you
your
so
story.
much.
You are kind of a princess.
Kind of a princess.
Let's start from there.
Thank you very much, Meredith.
All right, thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Meredith. I think we're going to give away some more T-shirts here at Bead Fest in Lancaster, which is where we are.
This is what I do best.
It's really, this
It's
is
the
Robert's
t-shirts.
best skill. It is throwing T-shirts. It is not my best skill. I beamed somebody in the head with one last time. So
And
we'll
if
let
you
him
were
do
here
it.
last year, I purposefully did not wear my bracelet so that it would go crashing everywhere. From New Jersey, let's see, over that way, atta girl, and this one's blind.
Oh, I'm a little worried.
Don't try this at home.
I'm worried about Robert.
Okay, one more time. "100% cotton, don't dry it." We're going to switch out. We're going to bring in Jeff from Dakota Stones, and then we're going to break out the big prize. $100. While Jeff's on the screen with Susan, I'm going to break out some of Jeff's gifts. We have some amethyst for you, some calipers with built-in rulers, I might add. So don't go anywhere. We're just going to switch Jeff and Meredith out right now while Susan talks about something. Susan, what are you going to talk about while I'm running up there and switching out? Yeah, because tell us about your engagement or something like that. This is called filling time while we switch people out on the screen, okay?
Nobody
It
can hear me?
happens.
No.
Yes. Okay, Jeff's coming up there, and then he's going to draw, and I'm going to run up there. So as soon as I get the signal from Sammy right in front of me to go down and then run up there,
All right, perfect.
$100. Okay, here we go.
Ooh.
Easy.
Hey.
Hey,
How are you doing?
Good.
Good.
Are we on?
I don't know. I think Robert. Oh, I think we were on.
Yes, we were on. Okay,
Sorry, I
before
didn't
Jeff
know.
gets
I got it.
started, you want to give away something and make people happy?
Why not?
This is a $100 gift certificate, okay?
All right, the lucky. You want to read that out? 863094. 863094.
Woo, we have a winner!
Who is it?
Right over here. Here comes Jeff.
All fellas getting the good tickets today.
I know.
Hey, Jeff.
Hey.
All right, so we're gonna talk Dakota stones, which is one of my favorite subjects, because I am a gemstone lover from way back, and so I get real excited when Jeff comes around with beautiful gemstones. It always makes me happy. So tell us about Dakota stones, why don't you? Well, before we go on, because it's important.
Going on our 22nd year, so smaller family-run business, and I guess we mainly focus on gemstone beads. We do a little bit of specimens, but we focus on quality and we focus on kind of innovating new stuff to keep up with jewelry trends that use stone.
I like it. And I have lots of really cool taglines for
Phrases.
Dakota stones. I've got one that's with Dakota stone. You use every stone. That was one of them.
Yep.
There's more too. I have them written down like in a file because I keep thinking of more reasons why you should use Dakota stones. It's just incredible quality and incredible attention to detail. And to me, when I say you can use every stone, hey, we're all jewelry makers. We know we've worked with beads where you've gone along the strand and you got to the fifth one and it didn't fit on any cord or any wire or anything you could do. And that just doesn't happen with Dakota stones. I mean, it's just a big deal to me. So I love it.
So not just any stones.
Dakota stones. There we go. That's the other one.
That's my
That's your
favorite.
tagline. Is
That's
that
the one. No, you made
did I
that
make it
up.
up? I don't know. Not just
That's
any
yours.
stone. Dakota stone. See, I can. Boy, I'll tell you. I can come up with some pretty cool
You do.
taglines. Okay, so
for
we're
free.
going to. I know, and I just gift them to the world. That's actually. I feel like that's my superpower is ideas, and I've never been stingy about sharing them.
Properly compensated for them.
No, I don't get properly compensated for any of them. I just
all
throw
right.
them out into the world and
That's
hope
how it's supposed to be.
somebody uses them. All right, so gosh, we've got 12 different strands here. Ooh, oh my gosh, I'm super excited about the last ones. Okay, I got chills.
Mainly large
Sorry.
hole, and I did bring in, like I said,
I love it when
props
you
to
bring
show,
props and specimens. So
and
basically,
water, so you don't have to lick them. Remember? You don't have to lick 'em. I always make you lick them, so now I bring you water
I've
this
never
time.
licked any
All
of
right.
these stones. Gross. Well, I can't take you anywhere though.
That's true.
All right, so let's get started because I've got so many stones and I want to share them all. If you're watching on jtv.com/extra, of course you can click on the stone or the picture at the bottom and pick these up. I'll try to remember to say item numbers as we go. First strand, serpentine.
Serpentine,
Ooh, large hole, 8mm.
2.5 millimeter hole.
Nice.
Yep.
DKV001K is the number. And I'll just let you guys know there's only 16 of these. There's none of these that have more than like 30 in quantity, so very limited.
And the trade name we call it is going to be British Columbia Jade, or BC Jade. So serpentine or BC Jade. So,
BC Jade.
so British Columbia, so Canadian Jade.
Is serpentine the same thing as Canadian jade?
Similar, but about a half on the Mo's difference. So, but that's the trade name for us is going to be BC Jade on this one.
I like the trade name.
Yeah.
$25.19, large hold beads. This is an incredible strand. I'm going to swatch it while you talk.
Barbie Pink, is that the new one? Not Orchid anymore?
That's
Pop-
not quite Barbie
the
pink,
Barbie.
but
All right.
close. And I'm not supposed to say Barbie.
Oh,
Except
that's
it's
what I
my
did.
friend's name, Barbie. Hey, Barbie.
Funny
I'm good
parts.
now.
All right.
Yeah, really cool, right? Really
It
neat
is.
stone. Why do you lean into serpentine for? Is there any particular reason?
I think that natural green and like I said, kind of getting to the cut tones of jade and looking at that. And so it's just a very versatile stone and a really rich natural green,
Yeah.
where the other ones you're looking at, you were working in aventurine, which will come up next, but this is kind of like your deeper greens.
Yeah, this is the aventurine. I guess it's nice to see the color differential.
contrast, yeah.
I always thought serpentine, I always wondered why it was called serpentine, and I always thought it was because of the green color, but it's actually because you don't have one here, do you?
I don't.
Oh, that's too bad, because apparently the stone, when it's found in the wild,
In the what? In the buff.
actually resembles the skin of a serpent.
Okay.
That's
and
what
it does
I've
come in a
read.
vast range of colors, from yellow to green. So
Yeah, it's beautiful. All right, so that's one. You got serpentine. Now, the next one up is one of my favorites, and it's a Bead Fest deal. I love these Bead Fest deals. Regularly $26.99. We're going to do $21.99 on this next one. It's DK. Oops. Oh man.
oh,
So close.
bottom.
DKV 001P for those of you guys watching online. 8mm round. Once again, the large hold beads, and you said 2.5 millimeters.
2.5. Yep.
Red tiger's eye.
So this is going to
Look from a
be
serpent to a tiger.
from serpent to a tiger. So golden tiger eye and blue tiger eye are going to be what found together in nature, and the red is going to be irradiated. So
Okay.
heated to kind of get that red tone.
Look at those together. What do you think would happen if a red tiger's eye met a green serpentine in the wild? Sorry, I can't help it. I have to entertain myself. It's like, I mean, you know, usually I don't have anybody out here to look at and see if you guys are responding to anything. Normally I just have the camera. It's like this, you know, camera.
More free beads.
Free beads. All right, so that's really cool, the red tiger's eye, and then we've got a lot of these 8mm rounds here, so I'm gonna just kind of move down one, because I want to talk about fossil stone. Can I talk about fossil stone?
That's the one we did bring in a big thing for. So.
I knew if I looked down my list, I would find something that you had a rock for. So
Yep.
this is DKV002F, called fossil stone, which is such a neat name. I knew I have to swatch it because look at that color.
Swatch.
So tell me about fossil stone.
So you can kind of see with this material is cut from 20 million year old fossilized coral. So it has been, you know, all the organic material has been replaced by stone and the minerals that have leached in, but you can kind of see how it looks like it would be once it was living back in the day.
So
yeah,
as you're looking at these stones, guys, it's really kind of neat because you can actually see what look like little flowers, what look like little pieces of coral within the stone. So this becomes this. And the stone, the fossil stone, actually replaced the actual little creatures.
the living creatures.
Sometimes
so,
you see ferns too, which is kind of neat. But
It
it's really cool.
this tone is kind of like if you're familiar with like Petoskey stone out of very one source, northern Michigan.
Yeah.
That tone has a lot more of that in it and the same patterns versus this. So the second one was it's
It
kind of
reminds
Indonesian
me.
Petoskey stone.
It reminds me of Petoskey stone a lot. Did I ever tell you my Petoskey stone story?
No.
So I was in Michigan, and all I wanted to do was, of course, it's me. I like to find things, so all I wanted to do was find a Petoskey stone. That's it. I didn't care about anything else about being in Michigan, even though it was cold and really annoying and all those things. I wanted to find a Petoskey stone. So we went out to Lake Erie and waited out. And we looked and we looked and we looked, and of course, I didn't find any Petoskey stones anywhere. But I did find some really cool rocks.
Cool
And I'm
agates.
pretty into rocks, so I picked up some rocks and I took them back to the place I was staying with these people. And the whole talk of the entire weekend was that I kept them on my night table and that they were so sad for me because I thought that I had found Petoskey stones and I had all these weird rocks on my nighttime table. They were like, "Oh, poor Susan. She thinks she has Petoskey stones." And
No.
I knew I didn't have Petoskey stones, sort of.
Never? Did you buy any, or just you had
No,
to have found it?
no. I wanted to find the Petoskey stone. So,
different
but
when
this
you-
is
when
a
you
cool
find it
stone.
yourself, isn't it?
It is different
It
when you
is,
find it
yep.
yourself. Let's see. I'm going to find the next thing that's. I'm actually looking at the list and inspiring myself. Is that okay?
Yeah, please.
What else do you have a rock for over there?
We have demorterite.
Ooh, demorterite. Let me
and
find
we
out.
have kind of the chalcedony. The
Oh,
chalcedony might be the longer one.
I love this.
Yes, yeah.
Okay, now this is not really fair for me to even show it because there's only there's 30 of them, so that's all right. Let me put it. What color?
That works.
It's kind of pretty, isn't it? Don't you guys love swatching?
We'll dip it and see if
Swatching
we
makes me
can
happy.
get
So this is actually a strand, and there's just 34 of them. It's DKV019. I've got 34 of them, $25.19. That's DKV019. I know everybody who's watching is probably wanting this particular strand. It's marbled chalcedony.
So yeah.
Talk to me.
Yep. So you see the difference here, and I didn't lick these. I promise. I put them in water.
What is the deal with the licking?
But you have to, because look at the
licking of the
difference
stones.
between, it just has to pop that blue. So what we're doing
like
with
it's
marbled
polished.
is this would be unmarbled, so you'd cut this, but this one is going to be marbled, so you leave the host material on.
Okay.
And so it gives that really nice,
Almost
kind of
like a
periwinkle
matrix.
contrast. Yeah.
Now, this strand is the first one I've shown, guys. It's been a little bit longer. This is actually a 15 to 16 inch strand, so ready to make a necklace. That's a backward swatch right there.
Yeah. Black is fine though.
Black is good. And so ready to make a necklace, ready to string, ready to add. Now, apparently we're going to give some more things away. So Robert has a huge bag of stuff that he's going to give away. I don't know to who. There you go. That's how. Just wave me. I'll take it. I'll
Huge
give it
bag
away.
of stuff. Are you ready? Get your tickets out. This entire bag, and yes, there is something in it.
broadcast.
863-124. Go nuts. 863-124. Going once, going twice. No, Tony. No sale. Jamie, I need another. What? 124? Yes. We have a winner. Back to Susan and Jeff, Dakota Stones.
Hey,
Oh, it's so much fun.
congrats.
So I'm
It's
just
heavy
here
now.
swatching my cow Sydney.
Swatch it. All right.
Swatch this, Jeff.
Swatch it.
Yeah. So what else do you have little rocks for over there for me? What
The
else?
last one is going to be the different colors of demortarite.
Different colors of demortarite.
Yep,
So
and I think
this
we-
is my favorite, I think, thing that we have. But I've got some other cool. Wait, there's more marbled chalcedony. Let me show one more marbled. Look at this one.
But
There's two.
more of a mini.
Yeah, like a mini. This is also 15 to 16 inches, 2609, 32 of those available. That's DKV 022. So 2 different opportunities. I think you probably want to get both of them if you want to make amazing jewelry.
Maybe put them in between or just go
I
kind of
don't know, maybe like a really long
size it.
necklace.
Oh, could double
or
it up.
something. You could.
Yeah,
Something
because you're
like
going to
that.
need more. This is, I don't know, 28
'Cause
inches?
More is more. I love that. Is this Sleeping Beauty?
It is. It's like a Sleeping Beauty
He always
leg.
wears like these amazing specimens around his neck.
Just on TV.
Just only on TV. Okay, that's fair. Okay, so next up you said demortarite, right?
Demortarite, yep.
Demortarite, I think I've got that. It's an 8-inch strand. They're rondelles, and it's a really neat shape of rondelles. One of the things I like about Dakota Stones is you guys do just different things with your stones. You don't just cut them all into rounds.
Yep, and rounds, 8mm round is probably the most popular stone type.
Sure
but yeah,
it is.
we do want to
Yes.
put together a variety, either faceting or, not just within the materials, but the cutting is also within the art. But yeah, so demortarite really comes in kind of a different flavor. This one is what we end up using in this strand that we built. We call it more of a
I'm going to put it
sunset.
next to him,
There you go.
like
yeah.
that. So this becomes this.
That becomes that. And
This
if you
is
and if you
really
lick it, it
cool.
really becomes phenomenal.
DKV 002D for Dakota Stones. That's what we're talking today. We're talking some of the best, really attention to detail in the market on gemstones. It's, I mean, Jeff, you must just be like really, really into gemstones.
We are, and I think the interesting part is like the rock so much of it starts off with this darker color, and then we'll select down to get just the highest grade to cut because it's a lot more vibrant. You can see that this rock is so much darker
Nice.
than that one, and
Nice.
it has a place, but it's almost too dark to stand out, where that one's more of a summer blue.
Yeah, this
And
is some
one-
of the nicest. Demortarite tends to almost be like so navy that you can't
Yep.
see the blue, like this color
This
here
would
on
be
this
it.
side. And you've really done such a nice job. I almost like, you know what I envision? This is how I envision you, Jeff. Digging through the gemstones, picking out the best stuff. And
We do. We get a little bit
you might have
snobby.
a little bit of help with it, though.
We get a little bit snobby.
That's okay, I like it. I think it's a great opportunity for us as jewelry makers because the most frustrating thing for me in making jewelry is not being able to do what I want to do because a stone was advertised as a 2.5 millimeter hole gemstone in blue, and I get it, it's gray, and all the holes are different sizes, you know? This is just, I feel so confident when I work with Dakota Stones. Oh, I feel another tagline coming on.
Uh-oh, let's hear it.
To think about the whole
Workshop it.
I'm gonna have to work on it. All right, so keep shopping on those if you guys want to pick those up. If you guys are here and you want to pick some of this stuff up, you could just go on jtb.com/extra and pick them up, or even just on jtb.com because you just put in that item number, and lots of great things will happen.
And the large hole line we designed to obviously work with larger materials, like Beadalon just had on with
Yes.
that
yes.
style
so
line.
Like like if you wanted to go blue on blue, or actually let's go contrast. I never mentioned that contrast is good in designing. So something like that with the
For sure.
repeat cord. So you've got these incredible gemstones, mined in the earth gemstones, beautiful. This is natural and untreated, right? Demortarite,
Yep.
or is it? Yeah.
Nope, that one's
on your
untreated.
sustainable cord.
Yep.
Pretty nice, pretty good stuff. Make one of those really cool little bracelets like Meredith made here with the adjustable clasp, and anybody can wear it.
I like that. She's able to do that clasp now, like the drawstring clasp.
She is able to do this.
Oh,
Did she
wow.
not used to be able to do this?
I don't know. I've only.
I have to talk to Meredith
I
here
like
for a
it.
second.
It's pretty.
It's a really nice little clasp, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
adjustable.
This is cool. These beads and gemstones have been on our website, and I'm like kind of
They're
feel
hidden.
like they've been hidden from me because I'm like, wow, what is this? This is white magnesite. It's double drilled, regular hole.
Yep.
I wish I had a little ruler out here, but they're about an inch side to side.
They're 10 by 15 millimeters, or if that's, I mean, if everybody, but yeah, about I'd say 3/4 of an inch by a half inch across. So
10 by 20.
10 by 20.
Yeah, because an inch is 25 millimeters. This is the only way I can do millimeters.
Well,
is that
we'll
I
be
know
giving
that
everybody
1
a
inch,
caliper here in the audience.
I
so
know
they'll
that
be able to measure
that
them.
1 inch equals 25 millimeters, and it's literally the only way that in my head I can even guesstimate how big something is when it says 20 millimeters. So beautiful though. Tell me about this. How did this come to happen?
So double drill is something that we kind of came up with probably about 15 years ago. It lends itself really well to like watch bands or just kind of like a design bracelet. But we've seen some really interesting part where if you wanted to do a double strand and split into necklaces,
Okay.
or even kind of chandelier style earrings where you come down and split into multiple beads as it's
like
hanging down.
that.
So using it sideways versus horizontally.
Yeah, almost like, I mean, you think about double-toed spacers, I mean, you could actually just make this kind of like the center of a double strand bracelet
Yeah.
as kind of just the feature.
And so there wasn't, it just, too often you're not going to drill 2 holes in a bead because it's going to, I guess, weaken the stone and it
Okay.
might break at that point. So this shape lends itself very well to that. And
So DKV023A is the number for everybody asking on Facebook. 20 by 30 magnesite double drill beads. They are Bead Fest priced at $26.09. 20 of them available. I think this is cool.
and then this one has a matte finish on it, so it's a little bit not brought up. And matte doesn't work, I don't think it works with every stone, but
Yeah.
this one
Tell
kind
me
of has a
about-
marble look to it.
Tell me about magnesite, and then tell me about that matte finish.
Magnesite is just kind of your white gemstone. It has that, why we like it versus some of the other white gemstones is that gray matrix is
Yeah.
really defined in it, and it
Yeah.
still gives it character. And then the matte finish, as we talked about, it's actually one more step. It's not coming up short of polishing. So you take it all the way to polish, and then you put it through 2 more steps to kind of put a fine finish on it and take away that polish. But with it, as you wear it, it kind of polishes itself back again. So it's
It
kind
does
of
a little
it's like a
bit, yeah.
living finish.
The things you think of. A living finish.
On the spot.
I need this in my life for sure. To me, there's a lot of different steps, a lot of different pieces and parts to jewelry making and to making a piece of jewelry. But the gemstones, the beads, those are the heartbeat of your design. That is the center. That's what drives it and makes it exciting.
I suppose at Dakota Stones, we agree with you.
He's like, we totally
Somebody
agree
at
with
a
you,
findings
Susan.
company might say something
Well,
else.
but you have to have the findings. I mean, to me, I'm always saying when I'm selling findings, that it's not the sexy stuff. It's the class, the thing that that allows you to wear it. You have to have a class where you can't get it on, right? But the sexy stuff is here. I mean, this is it, the Dakota Stones.
The Dakota Stones.
This is the stuff that people, when you look at this necklace, you see the stones, that's what you see. It's what your
stands out.
customer sees. It's what stands out. So it's very important, and I think it's really special to have a partner like Dakota Stones with JTV and Jewel School, because I am, if nothing else, a stickler for quality, and you guys can always tell when I like the quality of something because I start talking about it. And I think that quality speaks and makes a difference. And even if you just make simple jewelry, maybe you just make simple bracelets or simple stretch bracelets, if you focus in on quality, your jewelry is still going to stand out in the crowd. So I'm off my soapbox now. I get on it every once in a while. It happens.
And we get on the soapbox because even cutting a bad bead requires all the same work of getting it out of the ground to cut it and do it. So it just really takes that extra effort to make sure that if you're going to go through all the effort to make a stone into a bead, you might as well make sure that it has quality.
Now this is one that kind of caught my eye, and so I want to end with this one. This is an amazing color, and it's just not something that I normally see. A in beads at all, gemstone beads, and B in this particular gemstone bead, which happens to be a stone called rhodonite, which usually, to me, in my eye, lends more towards a brownish color, but can be pink. But with Dakota Stones, it is pink. It's a great deal today. This is actually, let me give my Facebook friends the number, DKV001AA. Nice.
Cool.
AA, it's $21.59. I got 22 of them available. How did you make this happen?
So this is from a specific mine in Australia called the Wood Mine.
Yeah.
So it's wood rhodonite. It's a little bit confusing. People assume because there's wood beads and doing that, but The normal rhodonite would have that black matrix,
Yeah.
and sometimes it gets a little bit heavy and turns
Yeah.
it brown, where this is kind of a matrix-free rhodonite, and just it's very distinguished in color. And so the wood mine, it's kind of right where they mine mookaite. It's in that same area.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
I love mookaite. The Muko River region of Australia. So amazing gemstones. These are also large hole 8-inch strands, 8mm rounds, that most popular size that you were talking about.
Yep.
And Dakota Stone's quality. Now, Robert is not only mooing right now, but he's also really wanting to give away a bag full of stuff and things. So let's talk to Robert.
Thank you very much, Sister Susan. And this is the final gift bag for this show. We have another show starting up at 12:30, which is a panel interview where you get a little behind the scenes of how these designers get their inspiration, etc. But get out your tickets, gang. 863-1117. There we go. We have a winner right over here. Give her a round of applause. I like winning for sitting. That's my theory.
interrupt, please.
There you go. Double check, that's close enough. Okay.
It happens every once in a while. Somebody new making sure.
Here with our mom.
Probably. Let's see. Yes,
Right
ma'am.
here.
Okay, so we have got questions from the audience. I love it. Let's hear it.
In the center.
Okay.
Oh,
Everybody would love to see up on that screen your engagement ring.
Okay.
Show it, show it, show it.
Okay,
in tight.
so here is the engagement ring. My fiance is actually here with me today. He is the designer and
This man
the
made it.
artist of the engagement ring. Tony Thompson is here. It's if you guys. He's like, oh my goodness, I did not sign up for this. So basically, for you guys that don't know, Tony and I have been dating for about 4 years, and we got engaged a few weeks ago. And he designed, actually, and created. He's a master jeweler, which is kind of amazing. He's actually the director of the jewelry shop at Jewelry Television, and took my sapphire to the next level there. So this is an actual Montana sapphire from the Rock Creek region of Montana. And it's set in 18 karat European gold, and he used all real mined diamonds for me because I insisted. So that's what that is. There you go. That is my engagement ring. So.
did he find it himself, the rock?
No, he did not find the rock
Oh.
himself. Yes.
But
It does. Okay. Do you understand that my nails, the color of my nails, folks, I have actually modeled after gemstones? I was working on trying to get like a kunzite color, but I do think you're right. I have a wood mine rhodonite there. Pretty nice, right? So yeah, it is kind of like that. And so this looks kind of cool with the smoky
can we get some
quartz, too.
matrix in them tomorrow?
No matrix in the nails.
matrix in the nail. All right.
I do work for Jewelry Television, and generally speaking, my nails are supposed to blend in with the background, so you don't see my nails. All you see are the beautiful gemstones.
Mine too.
And Jeff's as well.
These are-
Okay, we're going to wrap it up, guys. Thank you so much for being here. We've got lots more shows. We've got live maker shows. We are going to be throwing more T-shirts and giving away more T-shirts here today, and lots more great things. It's always going to be Robert because I beat somebody in the head with a thing of pearls last time, so they won't let me throw anything else. But I'm going to be back a little bit later. I've got a couple different things going on. I am going to be accepting an award at what time? 1-ish or 1:30? 1:30. Okay, I'll be doing that. Who knew? It's kind of a surprise and kind of exciting. So.
well deserved.
Anyway, so that'll be cool. And then Robert's doing his show with some makers, and I'm doing a show with some makers, and then there's another show at 4. It's like all day entertainment. You just really could never be bored here. So thank you guys so much for being here with us on Facebook. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with us this morning, and I hope you all have a fantastic time and buy lots of incredible Dakota Stones.
Yeah.
All right. See you guys.